So in this video, what I want to show you is one way we can prove that all the angles in a triangle add up to 180. Now we're going to go and do that using a two-column proof because I know most students hate two-column proofs or just hate proof writing, right? I think probably the one thing you say like geometry, oh, I hate proofs. We're going to go ahead and tackle a proof. I'm going to try to work through this proof step by step so that you can see how we can kind of logically prove that all the angles in a triangle add up to 180. But to be able to do that, what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to adjust this triangle just a little bit. And what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to draw here a line that's going to be parallel to my base of my triangle. All right, so we're going to have to use that as a given. And therefore, I'm also going to add an extra point on that line, which we're going to do as P. All right, so when starting a two-column proof, there's many different ways to do it. But for a two-column proof, what we're going to do is we're going to have two sides. And those two sides are going to be broken down between statements and reasons. I actually love writing proofs. Once you learn how to actually write proofs, and actually I prefer paragraph proofs, being able to logically work through a problem and justify your reasoning is so critically important, not just for math, but I think just in real life, to make sure that whenever you're having like an argument or a conversation with somebody, that you have something you agree upon and then to build your argument from there. And that's kind of like what we're going to start with. Like we want to make sure, like, not like we're having an argument, but that's the way I like to think about a proof. We got to have some kind of baseline. What is it that we agree upon? And then let's build the proof that way, which is basically what I like to think of as our argument. And for every statement that we're going to make, we're just going to have to justify that with a reason. Okay, so the first statement that I mentioned that we need to kind of agree upon is that this figure ABC is going to be a triangle. And the reason it is a triangle is because we agreed it was a triangle. So therefore that information was given to us. The other thing that we're going to deal with is that the line BP is going to be parallel to the base of my triangle, which in this example is going to be the line AC. All right, so now to go ahead and build on my proof, what I'm going to do is rather than just like rewriting like angle A, angle C, angle B, I'm going to need to deal with these angles over here. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to label these just kind of using numbers. So 1, 2, 3, and then we'll say a 4 and a 5. And again, however you label them doesn't really matter. One thing I want you to kind of think about the way that we're going to use this proof or create this proof, this relationship between 1 and 5, because 5 does have a relationship with the parallel line. So what I can say here is that the measure of angle 1 plus the measure of angle 5 is equal to this measure of, let's say, PBA, right? Because this angle we agree is going to be a combination of measure of angle 1 and measure of angle 5. And again, the justification for that is these are what we call adjacent angles, right? Any two angles that share a vertex and a side are adjacent. So the sum of those two angles is going to create a larger angle. Now, the reason why I'm going to do that is because then if I can create this to be one angle, then I can add it to this angle to create an angle that's going to be 180 degrees. But before we go to get there, let's just go ahead and write the justification for these angles being combined. Okay, so again, these angle 1 plus angle 5 equals P to B to A, right? This bigger angle. Now, again, the reason why I'm doing that is because I want to be able to show that these two angles make a straight angle, meaning they're going to add up to 180 degrees, right? So this big angle plus this angle is going to add up to 180 degrees. So when we have a linear pair, that's going to be two angles that are adjacent that make up a straight line. So we can say that the angle PBA and measure of angle 4 are going to be a linear pair, meaning they're going to add up to 180 degrees. Okay, so now that we've built up this definition that these angles add up to 180 degrees using a linear pair and adjacent angles, now we can kind of work backwards to kind of show that, well, yes, all three of these angles add up to 180 degrees using the angle addition postulate, which basically just saying like whatever angles make up a triangle, the sum of all those angles are going to add to that angle's measure. We couldn't use that to verify it was a linear pair because we had to follow with the definition of a linear pair, which is going to be two angles that add up to make a straight line. But now that we have three angles that add up to make that straight line, we can say that the sum of all three of these angles adds up to 180 degrees. Okay, so now what we need to do is actually go ahead and use, and this is a little point, like if we have something that's given, more likely than not, it's going to be somehow, some way, it's going to be used in our proof. You can see here we have parallel lines. And again, remember I mentioned this at the beginning of the video, like when you have parallel lines and any line that like is going to intersect it, right? Your transversal, think about using those angle relationships, your corresponding angles, alternate interior, alternate exterior, same side interior, like all those different relationships you need to make sure you remember because this is a type of problem where it becomes so crucial. So I have these. Now, sometimes it helps to understand that relationships if you just go ahead and extend these lines. Now, again, we're still focused on proving that the angles of A, B, and C are going to add up to 180 degrees. But again, I just want you to kind of see that relationship, right? Now, again, what I want you to recognize here is angle 5 and angle 3. Those are going to be equal to each other because those are alternate interior angles. They're both interior of the parallel lines and they're alternating sides of my transversal. In the same respect, I have the exact same thing going on here. We can say angle 4 and angle 2 are also going to be equal in measure because these are both interior and they're both alternating sides of their transversal, right? They both have different transversals, but again, the main point is that these two angles are going to be equal to each other. So therefore, I can write that the measure of angle 2 is going to be congruent to the measure of angle 4, and what we have, the measure of angle 3 is going to be congruent to the measure of angle 5, right? And again, the definition of that is going to be alternate interior angles. Okay, now what I want you to recognize here is measure of angle 2 is the same thing really as measure of angle 4. Measure of angle 3 is really the same thing as measure of angle 5. We know that angles 5, 1, and 4 all add up to 180. Now again, here's the important thing. If measure of angle 4 and measure of angle 2 are really interchangeable, the same thing with 5 and 3, well, then I can just replace my 5 with a 3, and I can replace my 4 with a 2. So therefore, what we recognize is measure of angle 1, 2, and 3 are going to all add up to 180 degrees. All I'm doing is substituting my angles for the other angle, which we already showed by alternate interior angles are equal to each other. And therefore, ladies and gentlemen, you can see that we have now showed that all the angles in a triangle, right? We call them A, B, and C, but now we're rewriting them as 1, 2, and 3. Again, you can go ahead and replace those one more time. But again, we just showed that all the angles add up to 180 degrees. So hopefully this video was helpful. There's a lot of different ways you can actually show this relationship, but I wanted to show you proof using a 2-column proof because a lot of students struggle with writing 2-column proofs. And I really hope that my explanation and my work through on this problem was beneficial for you. Now, if you want to go and look at some examples how we can use the sum of all angles adding up to 180, then go ahead and check out the next video I have from here where I'm going to work through 3 different examples. What we just proved is what we call the triangle angle sum theorem, which basically again just says all the angles in a triangle, no matter what type of triangle that we classified, they're always going to add up to 180 degrees. Go ahead and check the next video where I work through 3 different examples, or if you just want more examples with triangles, go ahead and check out the playlist I have for you down below. Cheers.